Give them a big round of applause for bringing out the colors here at Rock Valley before this event here this evening. Okay. As the color guard leaves the area, I'd like to have Amanda Simon from Brandon, South Dakota, will be singing the national anthem for us, ladies and gentlemen. Out of Brandon, South Dakota, Amanda Simon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Amanda. Amanda Simon out of Brandon, South Dakota. Thank you very much for the opening ceremonies here at Thunder in the Valley in Rock Valley. My name is Fred Petch out of Melford, Nebraska. Here again this evening. Been here for quite a few years. And, of course, my cohort, Mr. Dave Bennett, out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, come up here. We got a little cooler. Proud to be working with you again, Fred. We traveled all over half of Texas down there last week. Now we're kind of up in your part of the world.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what. Now, yesterday seemed like we were down in your part of the country. Now, today, it's more like we're in our part of the country. I tell you what, Mr. Burnett, you said we had some 120 hooks last night. We're going to get underway, and it looks like I'm going to start out with the modified tractors tonight. And
yeah, we changed up a little bit. We're going to start with the big toys. With the big toys, I still got my favorite spark plug four-wheel drive pickups.
Going to start those guys over on the other side. So we're going to get underway here with this sanctioned event here in Rock Valley, Iowa.
Where's my four-wheeling people at? Where is my four-wheeling people? Where's my four-wheeling people? Make some noise, four-wheeling people. Where's my Ford fans? What do you say Ford, F-O-R-D, Ford? What do you say Chevrolet? We're going to have to get more to drink or something. I don't know what's going on here. We need noise. Noise. Where's my Dodge boys at? Where's my Dodge people? Hey, y'all, the loudest. We don't even have a Dodge in the show. Chevrolet on the track right now. Kyle Karstens, Bad Habit out of Parker, Kansas, ladies and gentlemen. One from Kansas, one from Iowa, four from the state of Missouri. These are cast iron blocks. You look at a Chevrolet truck, you got to look at a Chevrolet motor. It can only be 60 thousandths over the biggest motor. Here we go, Chevrolet! Down the track that way, ladies and gentlemen. First one to go, 6,200 pounds. 300 feet, .80, 300.80. Now, up on the big screen, you can always watch the big screen and watch a replay of the last hook. And that's the replay of him going down the track right there. He turned that pull down, ladies and gentlemen. He turned that pull down. He is going to come back. He thinks he can do better, and I kind of somewhat agree with him. You see a little bit of dust flying in that replay up on the screen. You see a little bit of dust flying on a new track with that kind of dust flying. He knows that moisture's going to come up. He'll get him a little bit of traction. So he did turn it down. We are set. And man, oh man, Fred's going to be working the modified tractor side, even though that's how I got my start into pulling. I get to watch one mean class of modified tractors.
Okay, coming in at 7,400 pounds, sanctioned by the Outlaws, it is the modifieds. One thing we like about our modified class is the diversity that we have in this class. This gentleman right here, when you talk about modified tractors with Outlaws, Don Nelson and the Bullwhip is one of the tractors that you think about out of Cat Spring, Texas, out there about 70 miles due west of Houston, Texas. This guy right now sets number 5 in the points race for the year. She's been past points champion, runs a trucking business down in that part of the world. And yesterday he finished up number 5 here last night in this class of 8 modified tractors. Runs a DT 466 International Harvester engine with 3 chargers on methanol. Okay. Now, last night, the guys running out to 360 some feet last night, and it looks like Iron Man's going to knock him down a little bit more here. So Don Nelson has the first hook. He can elect to take that hook, or he can reject it. So we'll find out what he's going to do here. 7 modifieds in the class tonight. We lost the Geiger family with their with their 6-cylinder inline that we'll talk about a little bit later on. We are going to go official with that. And we are going to go to 99 and 23. So Don Nelson goes 299 and 93. So right now he is the first one out in the 7,400-pound modified class. Very unique engine. You will see the same type of engine, turbo concept, in the Unlimited Supers a little later today. So he's the only one that runs in the modified division like that. Donald Nelson.
The winner from last night, ladies and gentlemen, he won it last night. It's a Ford. Larry Hollis in the Footloose 2. Larry Hollis in the Footloose 2 going down the track. He gets a distance of 3:10 and 73. 3:10 and 73 for the Footloose 2. Is that going to be enough for him here tonight? We look at it up on the big screen. Very smooth. You can see dirt coming out from under all 4 tires. You'll be able to pick up as light as possible to add weight up on the front bumper. They weigh 6,200 pounds, and you stack as much weight up on the front end, get your traction on the front end as you possibly can.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Longnecker, longtime tractor puller, coming in with a V12 Rolls-Royce Griffin, right around 2,200 and some cubic inches. He finished up last night number 3. Finished up number 2 a couple times down in Texas a couple weeks ago. And right now, he is 4th in points right now and finished up 4th for the 2011 season. Runs it on methanol alcohol. Runs a big supercharger. You see the big throttle plate out the front end out of Cambridge, Iowa. Farms out there. Been a long, long time puller. The only one in North America like this. You will see these tractors run in Europe, or these engines. This is the only one in the States. So here we go. Calls it the River Rat out of Cambridge, Iowa. Now, Don Nelson with the Texas Bullwhip with that 466 DT International Harvester methanol on 3 turbos went 299 and 2.3. And right now it looks like Longnecker may have bypassed that by just a touch. 308 and 49. 308 and 49 for Wayne Longnecker on the River Rat out of Cambridge, Iowa. So 308 and 49 for Wayne. So that'll be the distance for the man right here out of Iowa.
Got a husband and wife team, husband and wife. Now, she drove last night, done a very good job, and they just changed play. I'd sometimes say that he didn't do very good, so she kicked him out of the seat or vice versa, but that's not the case. They are very, you'll see a lot of fathers, sons alternate driving responsibilities, friends, partners on tractors alternate, and here we have a husband and wife team that alternate. Now, she has been a past points champion in this class with that truck. Kind of changed around a little bit. It's a husband and wife team now. The Rat Trap, we got Marty Selman coming to you out of Garden City, Missouri. Run over on that left side. 288.28. He never got a hold of the track. 288.28. He run that left-hand side, got out of the ruts a little bit where the other trucks went to, and just never, the tires, you're seeing a lot of dirt. Up on the screen, you see a lot of dirt flying out from underneath those tires, a lot of dust. Wasn't where the moisture was at. Now, the moisture will start pumping up, but just did not, you can see right there, a good shot, good head-on shot. That one camera down there at that angle, that's a beautiful shot. Watching the boys pull hard, so they'll have a discussion about that. So we're going to go, you know, some people call it a popcorn popper, so, you know, hair dryers the norm is the norm.
Yeah, affectionately called hair dryers.
Yeah.
Okay, out of Firth, Nebraska, on board is going to be Brett Behrens on the Turbinator tractor. Cody drove last night. These guys right now lead the points for the 2012 season. Finished up number 3 last year in the points, 1 point behind the Thermal Thunder. These guys were points champion a couple years ago, and these guys were voted Hooker of the Year this year. It's a T55 like Comey, and they right now lead it, finished up 3, and last night they finished up number 2. It's out of a Chinook helicopter. It runs about 15 to 20,000 RPM. Here we go. These guys have been having a good summer. Brett Behrens out of Firth, Nebraska. Okay, got off the side over there. Got pretty soft on them. Think they were going to try to shoot off of where the Bullwhip and the Rat Head went. So we'll get a distance. Not what they were planning on. This tractor's been known to just get right out there and go after it. 2:93 and 15 right now. That'll put them into third. Going to go 2:93 and 15 for Brett Behrens out of Firth, Nebraska. Okay, 2:93 and 26, they tell me.
All right, heads up. Watch this truck right here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, last night was a very disappointing hook for him. Thunderstruck, Lonnie Moody, that got last place last night, and this truck don't finish last. They not hurting for the power at all. 3:03 and 75. 3:03 and 75. That'll put him in the number 2 spot. That will put him in the number 2 spot right now. And you notice he was a little farther to the right. He was a little farther to the right, got on that moisture. And as the sun goes down, as the track cools, this track is going to change a couple of times tonight.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I know that both tracks, the pullers that's kind of last in the class, is wanted to go ahead and change a little quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's changing. Okay, on my side, due for this year for 2012, running with the Outlaws, is going to be the tractor out of Farley, Iowa. And this is going to be the Simon Says. And you've heard the Simon Says before. This family's been in two-wheel drive truck pulling for years. Roger's done that. But Brandon Simon is on a twin Hemi modified tractors. Now, we do have about 3 of these in the organizations, but these are the only ones that's running with us tonight. Runs the big roots blowers on top. These guys run NTPA 6,000-pound modified. So this tractor is set up primarily to run 6,000 pounds. They're bumping it up 1,400 pounds to run here with the Outlaws in Rock Valley, Iowa. And these guys last night, they finished up number 6 out of the group of 8 modified tractors. So again, they're coming across the scales at 7,400 pounds. They will be up later in the two-wheel drive division with 4 two-wheel drive Hemi-powered trucks. Rogers out of Farley, Iowa, has been a long-time puller, and you've heard the Simon Says trucks that he's watched for years. If you watch any television, you've seen Roger Simon. So this is one of the boys on the Simon Says, runs the big Hemis. Watch the throttle plates on those big throttle plates on top of the belt-driven roots blowers. So here we go right now. Wayne Longnecker with the River Rat leads this, and the Bull Whips number 2 and the Turbinator number 3. Out of Farley, Iowa, Simon Says. Here we go, Brandon Simon. Okay, bringing it on out there. Now, they've got up around the flag. Now, the flag belongs to the River Rat of Wayne Longnecker at 3:08.49, 3:48. Excuse me, 3:08 and 49. Okay, Brandon goes 3:15 and 6.5, 3:15 and 6.5, so he will take the lead. Wayne Longnecker will move into the number 2 spot. So 3:15 and 6.5 for the Simon Says modified. We'll take the lead right now.
Okay, Iowa people, I want some noise from Iowa. Where is my Iowa people at? Where you at? Coming to the line right now is the only pro stock truck that runs with the Outlaws in this class. It is Jeff Carter, Determination. He was first hooked last night. He turned it down. He come back. He bettered himself. Last night, the man finished up there in the number 3 position. Got a good spot here tonight. Iowa people. Probably heard what kept him from going into first place. You probably heard 296.94, 296.94. Every one of those bounces cost him a foot or so. Up on the big screen, he comes off the line, he's very smooth right there. He's digging in, and then when the clutch locks up, he's going, but then it goes to bouncing on him. A 4-wheel drive pickup right there. You can see those front tires just about clearing the ground. And when that happens, that costs you.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your points champion for 2011. This is Craig Almer on the triple Chevrolet called Sweet Pain. Craig is an engineer for a farm machinery manufacturer in Larchwood, Iowa. Dad is a farmer out of Minnow, South Dakota. He and wife Barb have a large operation out there. This is your points champ last year. Right now, they are setting number 3 in the points race for 2012. And these guys took a win down in Taylor, Texas. Did a very fine job down there. You'll also see it says "Fight Like a Girl" on the side of the tractor. And you may have seen that also on one of the other tractors that'll be coming through here. Craig has his sister that has breast cancer, and all we're trying to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is make aware of that devastating disease that's out there. So I want to make everybody aware of breast cancer and, of course, getting all of those checkups and so forth. So with the Almer family with this. So we go, Craig Almer, 3 big aluminum block Chevrolets out of Minnow and Larchwood, South Dakota. You bet, Chevrolet. Yeah, I think the old tractor decided I'm gonna have to do this myself. And Greg was just all along for the ride, and he's going to say that's all right, Sweet Payne.
When you stick the wheelie bars in the ground, you're not supposed to go in the lead.
I'll tell you what, he put it in the ground, the wheelie bars in the ground, and picked speed up.
Then he went.
The Almers are dangerous because if they bust something, they fix it all themselves. Okay, you got a new leader at 3:26 and 03. 3:26.03. The man out of South Dakota and Iowa has taken over the lead with the Chevrolet. So bow tie fans, you got to be happy about that. So you can see why those guys were the 2011 points champions.
All right, now the purple sled, Ironman sled, the Ironman sled, identical sled. Now you've got a 6,200-pound pickup pulling the red sled, and you've got a 7,400-pound modified tractor pulling the purple sled. Purple sled has got 6 weights in it. The Ironman sled, we'll look in the box as it goes through. Both sleds is around 30,000 pounds, but the difference is about 8,000 pounds in the box and where it's all set at. Now we've got the man Greg Mears, troublemaker out of Fawcett, Missouri, driving GMC, big block Chevrolet. Rock and roll. He really charged it on the line. He was very aggressive on the line. You've seen him, you heard him back off the throttle, get back into it. He got off the throttle, had to get back in. And when he did, the tires hooked up, and he goes into the lead by 3 feet. 3:13.25, the man goes into the lead with the GMC, goes in front of the Ford. What do you say, Chevrolet? If he hadn't backed off the throttle, took a second bite, it wasn't going to happen for him.
Okay, here we go. Jerry Hansen, longtime puller with Iowa Tractor Pullers and Outlaws, going to be running the old faithful 1,712 cubic inch V12. Allison runs the twin turbochargers with methanol alcohol, mechanical turbo inside, or supercharger. And he finished up last night, number 7 out here. So here he goes, Jerry Hansen out of Manson, Iowa, calls it the Dust Devil. Okay, run it down there for you. And we'll get a distance on him here. Kind of got off that left side, kind of following Almer a little bit. They might got a little bit of a groove going in there. Goes 288 and 7.2. 288 and 7.2. And that right now is going to go ahead and put him right now number 6 in the class. Jerry Hansen. Okay. Right now, Sweet Payne with Greg Almer out of Latchwood, Iowa, 326.03 leads it in the modifieds. Runner-up right now, 315.65 is Simon Says tractor of Brandon Simon. Number 3, the River Rat of Brian Longnecker sets at 3:08 and 4:09. And number 4 right now, Texas Bullwhip Don Nelson out of Cat Springs, Texas at 299.23. And right now the Turbinator sits at 293 and 26.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, this man turned down the distance of 300 feet, .8. If he'd have kept it, he would have been in 4th place. The class would have been over with, and he would have been in 4th place. Working that machine. Give the guy from Kansas a big round of applause, Kyle Karstens.
Okay. You got a distance?
3:08.61. 3:08.61. He bettered his position by 1. He's up into 3rd place. We'll give you the rundown right after this modified.
Okay, last one up here. Number 7 is going to be Kyle Petch out of Melford, Nebraska. My young son was the 2009-2010 points champ. Runner-up the year before. Runner-up last year. Turbinator only 1 point behind him for 3rd place, and the Sweet Pain took the win. Right now, Kyle's number 2 in the points for this year. Took the win here last night. Had a good position being first tractor. Going to be pretty iffy because the guys have been working real hard on the large end down there. Another T55 Lycoming. Kyle works for FileBound Software Content Management out of Lincoln, Nebraska, kind of a techie type. So last night on the computer, Dave, he run down the track at 35 miles an hour, went 360 feet in 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Ain't going to happen tonight.
Now, did you get on the phone and call down there and tell him to put the wheelie bars in the track to win it?
Nope, those guys were watching that. We'll see what it's going to take. Well, here we go. Thermal Thunder out of Melford, Nebraska. Kyle Petch.
The flag didn't fly. He kept it in bounds, but he was wearing out a set of brakes. I think he's going to have to buy a new set of brake pads.
No, we're okay now because he was on. No, you're right. He was on that one in Texas, too.
Yep.
So we'll see what we come up here.
While they got that distance, I'll give you the rundown on the pickup side. We'll meet Troublemaker out on the track in just a little bit as he's number 1. Footloose 2, Larry Hollis, Thayer, Missouri, comes in 2nd. Bad Habit, Kyle Karstens, comes in 3rd. The Thunderstruck is 4th. Determination is 5th. Rat Trap is 6th. So the boys awful close. 3:13 wins it, 3:10 in 2nd, 3:08 in 3rd. And we'll meet the winner of the 4-wheel drive class in just a second.
Okay, here's how they drop. Kyle Petch with the Thermal Thunder will go number 4 at 300 feet and 49. Here's how they run down. The Dutch Devil, Jerry Hansen, will finish up number 7. Number 6 will be the Turbinator of Cody Behrens out of Firth, Nebraska. Number 5 will be the Texas Bullwhip of Don Nelson at 299.23. Again, Kyle Petch, number 4 at 304.9. In your top 3 is going to be the River Rat, Wayne Longnecker at 308.49. Your runner-up, Simon Says, Brandon Simon, out of Farley, Iowa at 315.65. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Craig and Kurt Almer out of South Dakota, Iowa, 326.03 with the Sweet Pain. Give the boys with the Sweet Pain a big round of applause, and the rest of the guys, 7,400-pound modified. So great class here tonight. Hope you folks enjoyed that crazy bunch. Any kind of motor. Takes about 4,500 to 6,000 horsepower to play with this group.
All right, we're going to bring out those boys for trophy presentations a little bit. We're going to keep on going with the show. Over on the red sled, we are going to start with the light superstock class, ladies and gentlemen. Now, those pickups was weighing 6,000 pounds. These tractors are weighing 6,000 pounds, and we have added 2,000 pounds of weight to the box and changed how the box will go up the rails. This is Corey Sluter out of Carlton, Missouri. John Deere, Grand River Deer. Where's my John Deere people at? Right there with the Grand River Deer. You bet you. Take a look back here in the southwest. Take a look at that black cloud going right there. I guarantee you 25 miles southwest of here, there's 50 million mosquitoes running for their life. He took that hook. We're set. We are underway. 307.25. 307 and 25. Give that John Deere a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Grand River Deer.
Okay, Dave. Now, over on my side, we're going to get things ready to go here. If I'm right, I should be bringing in 8,200-pound diesels, and it looks like they're sitting behind the purple sled right now. And my last class of modified tractors, they were sponsored by Baker Consulting. So I appreciate those folks being the sponsor for the modified tractors, Baker Consulting. But I don't, what was the distance? Hey, Rick. 307.25. Okay. All right. Dave's down for trophy presentation. We're going to go ahead and keep going with the light super stocks. Grand River Deer went 307.25 with Claire Shooter. And now we're bringing up Brian Bowles with Haley's Comet out of Mount Vernon, Missouri. This guy last night took the win right here in Rock Valley. Haven't seen much of him this year. This guy has been a top contender over the years with the New Holland tractor. So this gentleman right here, I think, is in financial investing. So it's a little odd that he's in tractor pulling here. So he's going to be the next one up here. I'll have to kind of coordinate with Dave here. We're bringing in our Pro Stock 4x4s and our 7,400-pound champions for this evening. So looks like we've got the flagman out there. So here we go. Brian Bowles on Haley's Comet. Now, this is a methanol alcohol tractor, whereas the John Deere out of Missouri was a diesel. In this light super stock class, in the 6,500-pound range, they allow them to mix it here. Now, our unlimited supers, we don't do that. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This guy right now was your winner last night right here in Thunder in the Valley. Brian Bowles on Haley's Comet. A showstopper. Obviously, the announcer even knows he's going to move into number one. Corey's going to go number two at 307 and 25. So we'll get that distance in for the man out of Mount Vernon, Missouri. So New Holland Ford Fancy just done made you real proud right now. So we'll get that distance in here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it might say GMC. Everybody knows that's a generic-made Chevrolet, but it's got a big block Chevrolet underneath the hood. Where's my Chevrolet people at? What do you say? Greg Mears takes home a win tonight, receives a nice presentation. You can't look inside that box till you get back there in the pit area because, you know, it could be a rattlesnake or be a $100 bill.
I'll say full of $100 bills, I hope.
Well, we hope so, too. Now, you let that Ford step on you last night. You come out with a vengeance tonight, but you had to work hard. You had to get in and out of the throttle.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. After running last night, you know, I've been up here. Last year I lost a motor up here on Friday night. Had to go home. Got home about 5 o'clock. Tore it down, got it fixed, and went south about 150 miles from home and ended up winning it Saturday night. But I sure hated to miss Friday night. It's a very good place to come. Got a good crowd. They serve a good meal, just good people to work with. all the guys I pull with, you know, in the Pro Stock 4x4, just excellent people, you know. They bend over backwards to help one another and all, just like they do up here at Rock Valley. So thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he's a gracious winner. He lost a motor here last year. He come back, he got revenge. Give him a round of applause. Greg Mears.
Okay. Haley's Comet, Brian Bowles out of Mount Vernon, Missouri, went 365 and 6.7 to take the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Next up out of Unionville, Missouri, it's Scott Whitworth on the Cool Cat. He'll be the next one up in this light super stock class. So right now, Corey Schluter, Grand River Deer out of Carlton, Missouri, the Giant Deere on diesel goes 307.25. Right now, Brian Bowles, Haley Comet, the New Holland out of Mount Vernon, Missouri, goes 365 and 6.7. So that is how they're laying right now. Got 11 entries in this light super stock class. Okay, looks like we're going to go ahead, bring the flag guys out. Looks like Kurt at the 75 maybe, and got Dan down at the 300. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Scott Whitworth, the Cool Cat out of Unionville, Missouri on the white. He'll be the third out of 11 competing in this class of light supers with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers Association. Now you notice you see the planetaries coming out on it. That is stock on this tractor. Now, some of the component tractors, you'll see that on, but in this class, they run with their cast iron houses. It cannot run what we call the component chassis there. So we'll get a distance for him here. Okay. Gonna go ahead and let David, you ready? Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I told you earlier you see a lot of partnership pulling teams. You see husband and wife pulling teams. Well, right here is one of two three-generation pulling teams we have. We got Kurt Elmer, granddad. Craig, the guy that drove, the one that... I didn't say nothing bad about you. That wasn't me. That was him. Where is your... Oh, wait a minute. Where's this at?
Dad.
We got a fourth generation. Where are we at here? They got Craig Elmer's dad right there. Right up there. You betcha. You bet. We got 4 generations here. And this young man right here, down in Tyler, Texas, down below Austin, if he hadn't have been there to help Dad out, you'd have never got your tractor started if it hadn't been for that 4th generation right there.
Yeah, we sure count on him. I guess, you know, we ask a lot of him and see if he can step up to the challenge, and he's kind of my lucky charm. We go down to Taylor there, and he helps me, and Taylor treats us pretty good usually.
Are you going to drive this tractor when you get bigger?
Yeah.
Are you going to get a tractor you own, get one better than this one?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, now, I got to hurry here right quick, but you put the wheelie bars in the track, buddy. You ain't supposed to be standing here.
I tell you what, there's nothing like leaning back like that. It's just like sitting back in your lazy boy, except for you got 5,000 horsepower in your remote control.
A great way to put it. Ladies and gentlemen, you ain't traveled with nobody any better than this family right here. Give them a big round of applause, the Ulmer family at Sweet Pain.
Okay. Now, that bunch of Ulmers is going to have to get off the track because Brother Mark has got the Ford Charger 8,200-pound diesel sitting at the small end, Dave.
We got too many Ulmers in this show. That's all there is to it.
So I'm getting ready to go to 8,200-pound super stocks. Helping Dave right now on the light super is going to go to the BBI Spreaders tractor. This is going to be Junior Whitworth. Okay. So Mark's not on board. Tyler's driving. Okay. We got a couple of these we get mixed up on. We apologize to drivers because there's 2, 3 drivers once in a while. And they're telling us young son might be on. Which, yes, he is because Mark's on the ground with Alan. Okay, looks like they're going to go ahead and let Junior Whitworth on BBI Spreaders out of Worthington, Missouri. These guys a couple years ago got these pair of John Deere ethanol, methanol type tractors. So right now Scott Whitworth with the Cool Cat went 96.04. Right near your leader is Brian Bowles, Haley Comet out of Mount Vernon at 365. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Out of Missouri.
I'll tell you what, they needed that run right there. Them boys have had a little bit of mechanical difficulty this year. So, BBI, sponsored by BBI Spreaders, a fertilizer spreader, dry fertilizer spreader box, and they're sponsored by that. They run a pretty large cattle operation down in Missouri. We want to thank the people from People's Bank, Premier Bank, Rock Valley Tractor Parts, and a lot of other people, Valley Feed and Seed, Dale and Mary Palama, Valley Industrial Powder Coating, with other people we'll talk about. We're going to have to double check the distance over on the other side.
Okay. All right. Okay, it looks like the flag guys are all over here. Okay, looks like Tom's down at 300. Kurt down here now. Tyler's on board. Now, this is the Lost 8,200-pound Super. Now, these guys will also be running the Weapon, mounted with 4 turbos, just the same, but weighs about 6,500. These guys are weighing 8,200 pounds.
Yeah, and Son is sitting in the seat over here. Dad's over on the other side. And I wonder which one's getting hotter right now, Tyler inside the fire suit or the tractor sitting there running. And we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, and Tyler's having to sit there.
Yep. So I'd say they're both getting hot. So now this tractor last night finished number 2 on the Friday night show and was right now, or is right now, your points leader in this 8,200-pound class and was your points champion for 2011. These guys come out of Minnow, South Dakota. Mark was a longtime poller with NTPA, run a lot of Region 3, also Grand National for many years. And I think that's why the name Lost come along here. I polled with those folks, farming, family, so forth for several years. All of a sudden, 3 years ago, this guy pops up, not with just 1, but 2 tractors, competes in the 8,200-pound Super and also the 6,500. Again, the tractors are a lot alike when it comes to the power plants. So let's see what we can do. These tractors will come out with 30.5, 32 tires. They can use the HP tire. They can put on several turbos. I believe this got 4 of them under it. They don't use super big cubic inches like the Pro Stocks do. But they do rock and roll, and this young man right here's watched Dad many a time. Here we go. This is going to be Tyler Ulmer, also a certified flag tech official for the Outlaws. And let's see what he do. First out in this group of 11 8,200-pound diesels. Okay. All right, Cousin Alan's back there giving him some starting fluid. Trying to get that warmed up, because I tell you what, they got these things timed up pretty fast. Things that got to be warm in there. 4 turbochargers. There's a bunch of injectors in there that inject water between each one of those turbos. Once that thing gets going, it builds a lot of temperature, and to correct that engine, we have to do that. So right now, he's trying to get it hot enough to get going, and then let's be for cooling it off as we go. So first out, 8,200-pound Super out of Minnow, South Dakota. They call it Lost, your 2011 points champ. Pumper break over here at about 175. He did a good job, laid it to the left, and took it on down there, folks. So I think Dad's going to be proud about that. Now, there's some